Yet another destitute community in Eersterust has not received a single food parcel since the beginning of the lockdown. The community says that between government and the private sector, they are being sent from pillar to post. Many people here have gone without food since the lockdown went into effect. Our SABC News reporter, Patricia Visagie, has been interacting with the community. We cross live to her in Eersterust, some 15 kilometres east of the Pretoria City Centre. Very good afternoon to Patricia. Explain to us what's happening there.
From Limpopo, tell her that I will respond back to her.
Good afternoon, Nzinga, and to our viewers. So we are in fact in Centurion. We have moved from Eersterust. We're here to get a response from the Department of Social Development following those interviews that we did in Eersterust this morning of community members, of course, crying foul, asking many questions, wanting to know why have the food parcels not arrived, wanting to know what is the criteria and so forth. So just to get into the response from the department, I'm now joined by the Department of Social Development here in Gauteng, the HOD, Tembeni Mhlongo. You saw some of the interviews that the SABC did with the Eesterust community this morning. Many of them wanting answers, saying that they have not received a single food parcel from the department. Maybe just bring us into clarity what's happening.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate the opportunity to clarify the matters. The community of Eesterust, and I'm glad that they did indicate that delivery of food parcels has started in their area. But you will note that it's not only for Eesterust, we are assisting a vast number of communities in the area. And I also understand that when people are hungry, they cannot really wait. However, our team is working. It's just that there are some people who want us to deliver for a large group of people, and that is in contravention of the lockdown regulations. We cannot do that. What we do, we deliver at the doorstep of beneficiaries. So we know the people, because some leaders within the communities have given us the leader through the proper channels, because we are saying that they should be able to request for a food parcels. So they should just wait for their turn. The team is delivering food parcels. I don't have their schedule as to when, but they don't want to go and deliver for a large group of people that is congregated in one area like they did this morning. I felt that that's not how we are going to do it as a department, and I know that some of them are not in favor of that. We are delivering at the doorstep of a beneficiary.
Is there any indication to maybe just indicate how many households have already received food parcels? I'd like to believe that social development has those stats.
I wouldn't know the numbers, because remember, it's only the regional people that can tell me that. But what comforts me is the fact that the community itself did indicate that the food parcels are beginning to be delivered. They have got the list, so they will be delivering. I also need to indicate that some of the delays are caused by the fact that there are some of the people, when they submit their details, they don't put proper ID numbers, the physical address, and that's very critical for the department to have proper records of beneficiaries. So some of the delays are caused by those type of things, in the sense that it then hampers the progress in terms of ensuring that we deliver the food parcels on time. Our waiting time, we always say that we should be able to do that within 48 hours. However, you will understand that this is not a normal time. We have got high volumes of people that are requesting for food parcels, and we are really thankful to people that are also assisting us as a department. We have got donors. We really appreciate that. And also, you would also note the fact that we also have got the shelters that we have to do quickly for the homeless. They also need food in those shelters. So those are some of the things that, to a certain extent, cause slight delays in the actual delivery of food parcels.
When did the department start delivering in that particular area?
I'm not sure, but we had existing clients that the department has been working on before COVID. So those are the people that would have been in the database of the department that we're already receiving. But now we are mindful of the fact that we have got what we call emergers, people that are suddenly faced with challenges in their household solely because of the conditions under which they find themselves due to COVID.
The reason why I'm asking these questions is because we actually went to what they call in that community the COVID-19 war room, and they took us through that particular section where there is food, and they made it very clear that the food that is there, and we saw it, is delivered by the private sector. Those are companies and so forth, but they have received nothing from the department.
Remember, the department is working in partnership with others that have come to the department, and they want the department to control that. So we are also mindful of the fact that there are other private people that are doing that. So if they didn't come to us, because here in Tshwane we've got our own food bank where we bring all efforts together from our central warehouse, delivered to Tshwane, then it's delivered to various households. So people cannot blame the department for not being in partnership with them when they didn't come, because it was announced widely. We even don't shy away from telling people that we accept whatever donations. I think if you were here earlier, you would have also heard the homeless people that are here are beginning to say, we want a set of clothing. And you know that under the lockdown regulations, clothing shops are not currently working. So we are relying in various people that would come to us and say we want to donate, and we want to encourage people to say they can still contact us through that email, support@gauteng.gov.za, to be able to donate clothing. We as a department will make plans together with the local municipalities to do that. But for those that want food parcels as well, we want to encourage them to phone our hotline number. Initially there were challenges, but it doesn't mean that it's not working. It is working, and every day we improve on that. The number is 0800 428 8364. I'll repeat it, it's 0800 428 8364. So if they phone there, our call center staff is trained. They ask them pertinent questions that will actually assist in terms of them getting the food parcel.
Now in Eesterust, we heard that about 1,300, I think, and 13 people applied for food parcels. And obviously there's a lot of confusion in terms of who qualified and who didn't. Can we just get that right? And this is not just for the Eesterust community, this is for everyone. Just to stipulate, who qualifies? What's the criteria that is used?
It's usually people that are unemployed, and if there's employment in that household but they are earning less than, or together they get 3,600, then they do qualify to get that. We also have got some of our social grant recipients, especially our older persons, who stay with their grandchildren and their children as well. So we are saying if there are more than 5 in that household receiving a social grant, it means it will not be enough. They won't be able to put food for everybody in that household, because some of them, they have to take care of 10 people. But what we are also emphasizing is that when you are sick as well, our priority as a department is also to care for those that are sick, people that have been diagnosed with TB and other chronic diseases that would actually expect them to also get a nutritious meal so that it also improves their health. We also consider them. But what we are encouraging people to do is that they should not complain and not make an attempt to apply. They should apply so that we can be able to assist them.
Just lastly, before we wrap, let's touch on the story that I did over the weekend, the complaints that there might be unlawful activity. Of course, at this stage, we're not sure exactly what is what. How does social development respond? We are running out of time.
As a department, we want to emphasize the fact that if the communities have observed any wrongdoing, they are free to come and tell us. But it is also disheartening for people to just put a blanket complaint and say there are officials of the department that are doing corruption, and not put a face to that official. If they can tell us the name, we will be able to deal with that matter. Thus far, we will say it's hearsay because it has not been brought to our attention with the name of a person. So we will take it from there. But our law enforcement agencies are aware about this matter, and they are assisting us so that we can go to the bottom of this matter.
All right. Thank you so much. The Gauteng Department of Social Development, HOD Tembeni Mhlongo, they're giving clarity on some of the issues that relate to the concerns around food parcels in the capital city. Many communities having uncertainty, complaining about the delay. Some of them saying that they have applied, they have completed the necessary requirements, and it's been days, weeks, and they still have not received these food parcels. This morning you saw there the community of Eesterust being up in arms, saying that they have tried everything in their power to try and get answers, but nobody is coming to that community to come and engage them and really just give clarity, or at least just give them what they want, and that is food during this desperate time. Zinga?
Patricia Visagie coming to us from Centurion there.